tail end of the 90s, we got our first glimpse of a team that would win a string of championships, the San Antonio Spurs. Not a string of consecutive championships, but a level of greatness, a standard of greatness that would continue for years and years. Did you see that coming early, back when you won it in 99?
I didn't know. I mean, I was living right. I went right from Chicago to San Antonio and I barely played on that 99 team, but was on that championship.
But the ring doesn't say that, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, okay.
It doesn't mention minutes played. But at the beginning of the season, I didn't think we were that good. I think we started out maybe 6-8, and people were talking about firing Gregg Popovich. The fans were all over him, and that was the strike-shortened year. And we went on this run that was just incredible, but it was all based on the defense of Tim and David. It was kind of more back to the mid-'80s when you guys, or late '80s when you guys were beating people up. The Spurs just squeezed everybody to death. I mean, our front line was so good, and the strategy, Gregg Popovich was ahead of his time, denying corner threes, really funneling offense into certain areas. Our defense was incredible, and that run, I think, sort of caught everybody off guard. But that was also after Michael had retired, and I don't think anybody knew what to expect in the NBA that year.
I know for me and Pop had our battles because, as wing guys, you really had to play in that system. I think Steve and Brent can understand. You threw it in, and you had about this much room to go to a spot. It was all about spacing, and for me, I struggled because I was always used to having the basketball posting up, where you couldn't post up as a wing guy. You had to have room for Tim and David. But the system worked perfectly. I mean, it also had guys where Tim and David knew where to throw the basketball out of a double team. You threw the spots. You really didn't have to throw to a person that's open. You kind of threw the spots.
If I had a choice between them struggling, you and that point in your career, you would.
But the one thing about Kenny,
you would have struggled at that point.
Yeah, but
it wasn't your third year in the league.
But it was still a point where you thought, for me to have an advantage, I needed to post up. I wasn't going past nobody off the dribble.
Okay.
I would say, EJ, I had played 9 years in the NBA. I had played for Bill Fitch. I had played for Pat Riley. I had played for Paul Westphal, who was a great offensive coach. His years in Phoenix made things very easy. I had played for Nate McMillan. And as good as those coaches are, and a lot of those guys have incredible records and tenures in the league, that I learned so much in 2 months' time being in San Antonio with Pop about the game that I just never really conceptualized as to how to make this game easier to play so that your team has a chance every night to win games. I mean, it was really that simple. We could talk X and O's and playbook and go 80 plays deep and all the wrinkles and all those sort of things, but just to bring it to the surface, or really dig to the core of it, is the fact that let's try to make this as efficient and as easy as possible so that we take the hardest decisions out of the game and make it easy for you to play. And that was really eye-opening, having played so many games already in my career.
We're talking about the teams of the 90s here.